Hello, welcome for this video here, and here we are going to look at prokaryotic cells lack nucleus. We will be looking at why they lack nucleus. We look at prokaryotic cells lack a nucleus and most internal structures of the eukaryotic cells. So when we are looking at cells, we can categorize them into two main categories, and that is prokaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So the main difference between the two is that prokaryotic cells normally do not have nucleus. So these prokaryotic cells, they lack nucleus. And of course cellular organelles, cell organelles. So they lack nucleus and cell organelles, and eukaryotic cells have nucleus and also have cellular organelles. So this is the main difference between these two. So according to science, or according to scientists, prokaryotic cells are somehow primitive. They are primitive, and evolutionary they are believed to be less developed. So the variety of cell types found in living things is scattering. By staggering, it means we have a variety of them. Our body alone has millions or trillions of cells of different shapes, and they all carry different functions. They include long, thin nerve cells. They include nerve cells. They may also include blocky skin cells or the epithelial cells. So, epithelial cells, the cells of the skin that normally protect the body from the dangers. They also may include other cells that are unique for specific other functions, like we have bone cells for making the bones and so forth. So despite this variety, the cells in your body share many characteristics with one another and with the cells that make up every other organisms. So they still share characteristics with other organisms. So in general, cells tend to be microscopic. In general, cells are microscopic. Both of them, whether they are eukaryotic or prokaryotic. They are also enclosed by a membrane that controls the movement of materials. They are enclosed by a membrane that shows the movement of materials. So here we have prokaryotic cell. You can see here, inside here we have genetic material. not enclosed, of course, in a boundary. Then we have the nucleus here, which has a nuclear envelope in the eukaryotic cell. Other features that make them different are other organelles that are found in eukaryotic cells and not in prokaryotic cells. So within the membrane, a cell is filled with cytoplasm. So let's look at this here in detail through an overview with a video. So all organisms, of course, are made of cells. So cells are the smallest units that make up organisms. This is the structure of a cell, and it is surrounded by a cell membrane. The cell is surrounded. Then we have this liquid part or jelly-like fluid, which is regarded to be, sorry, I'll pause a little bit. So what we have here is, these are cellular organelles. The cell we are looking at here, because it has cellular organelles, it has mitochondria, it has the nucleus, is a eukaryotic cell. Normally the cell is surrounded by, in the nucleus we have the DNA, which is of course the genetic material for other organisms. DNA is made of chromatin or thin structures called chromatin. Then it is also surrounded by a nuclear envelope. Before they divide, they will first of all coil. So this chromatin or the genetic material in eukaryotes. So here we have two of them. Prokaryotic, it has only the genetic material flowing inside the cytoplasm. So they include bacteria. Bacteria is just an example. Then we have other cells with organelles, little organs, as we may call them. The organelles are there flowing in the cytoplasm, and around here we are having the other cells. We will be looking at these details in another video. Here we just want to see the difference between the two. This is a plant cell, and the first one was an animal cell, and both of them are eukaryotic cells. So we are saying here that prokaryotic cells do not have nucleus or other membrane-bound organelles. Instead, the cell DNA is suspended in the cytoplasm. Most prokaryotes are microscopic single-celled organisms. Eukaryotes, on the other hand, have a nucleus and have nuclear membrane-bound organelles. It has nuclear membrane-bound organelles. So, in summary, prokaryotic cells do not have nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles, while eukaryotic cells have nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. So we'll stop here, and in the next video we will go to lesson 2 and we will be looking at the organelles. We will be looking at the organelles in the eukaryotic cells.